Hello, fans. Hello, friends. Hello, people. Hello, world. Well, this is different from what you probably are used to seeing of me, and I know there aren't a lot of you that have watched me on YouTube. So let me just say that this subject I'm going to talk about is not what I have normally talk about. I normally talk about art, and I talk about the Lord, God, who I love. I'm going to talk about Star Wars. Now, first of all, we all have our opinions about what we like or don't like, okay? So let me just say that I understand that my opinion is one of many, many opinions. And so taking it from that, I'm just a guy. I'm just like everybody else. But let me just preface it to say that, yes, I am a big Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars a lot. I love it. When I first came out here to California back in the mid to late 70s, episode 4, which of course is the big episode that's, we all know and love, that was what was in the theaters. And my first experience with Star Wars was one that was kind of interesting because I'd come here from the East Coast, and movies back at that time were very inexpensive. You could see a movie for $1.50 or $1.25. And so when I came out here and went to the Chinese theater and I had to pay, I think it was $3.75 or something for the movie, I was outraged. And then I had to wait in line and everything. Of course, once I got in the theater, saw the movie, I was blown away. And of course, the rest is history. So I am a huge Star Wars fan. So what's this all about? Okay, I'll tell you what it's all about. Everybody chides in on Star Wars. Everybody has their opinions about it. It's great stuff. Thank you, George Lucas, if you ever hear this. I think you're fantastic. I think you're clearly the most successful independent filmmaker in the business. And there you go. Anyways, my reason for saying something right now is that I'm very happy that Mr. Lucas, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau are involved in coming back and trying to fix this mess that Kathleen Kennedy has created. The Mandalorian is wonderful. Thank you guys for bringing back the Star Wars that we wanted to love, that we love. And I just wanted to say, see, I'm an old Star Wars fan, okay? I'm an old Star Wars fan, okay? And by old Star Wars fan, I mean to say that I was around when the first thing first came out. I was at the Chinese theater when they put their feet in the cement, and I was there. I was there for Empire Strikes Back when it opened. I was there for Return of the Jedi when it opened. So in other words, I'm one of those original fans. And here's the thing. Fandom for Star Wars. Now, I don't know what it's like now. Well, I assume it's great. Okay, it's obviously great. But what I'm saying is that I was one of those crazy people that went and saw Star Wars numerous times. I kid you not. I saw Star Wars as far as I stopped counting the number of times I saw Star Wars at 60. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I was a 20-year-old kid. I had nothing to do. I didn't have a girlfriend or whatever. So I went, and the movie wasn't that expensive. It was, like I say, $3.75 or whatever it was. But what I'm bringing this up for, the reason that I'm saying it, is because you don't mess with fandom. Okay? Hollywood. Don't mess with fandom. George Lucas created something. He gave us something that touched us in a way that very few things had it. And I doubt seriously that even Mr. Lucas, when he was making it, had any idea that it would be as popular as it became. And I'm happy that he was able to do it. But you don't mess with fandom, because if you've got people, and I wasn't the only one, okay? I wasn't the only person that saw Star Wars a lot of times. I went with people who saw it almost as much as me. Some saw it more than I did. And not just episode 4, but episode 5, episode 6. I think when we got, the thing about episode 6, I think, was that people were a little frustrated with episode 6, but it still was a huge success. And even the prequels, which I would say most of us old fans maybe had our issues with, and I can honestly tell you, I had problems with some of the prequels, but it's Star Wars. And, you know, I still like it. I still love it, you know. But I won't go into that. Let me just say that you don't mess with fandom. If something comes along and people really dig it and they're really into it, don't insult them. You know, I would say to Mr. Rian Johnson, who I think is a very good filmmaker, by the way, and I was excited when I heard he was going to direct the Star Wars movie. But I'm a bit disappointed with you, Mr. Johnson, because you don't mess with fandom. It's just not a good idea, okay? You're a great director, and you're great at what you do. And I don't know what you said, but I only heard about it through various channels. There's no need to piss the fans off. If you've got people who are going to go see this movie over and over and over, you don't need to insult them. Okay, but I get it. You're a director. You got to make what you think would be whatever. I get it. I understand. I'm just saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kathleen Kennedy, I don't know you. I'm really not happy with your decisions. But I understand even your agenda. You obviously want to be at the top of the food chain. And you were, clearly. But, you know, sometimes these things are bigger than the people that make them. I mean, it's bigger than Lucas, really. When you have an entire world of people who love something and they're just really into it, don't mess with that, Hollywood. You know, let it do what it's going to do. Okay? Okay. I've directed. I was a director on Animaniacs. I was a director on the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. I was a director on Tasmania. I worked at Warner Brothers for a while. I worked at Disney for a lot of years. Still do off and on. I understand Hollywood and the way things work, and I'm not one of the big 9 names or anything like that, but I've been in the business for over 40 years. It's a good business. But Star Wars is a kind of phenomenon. Mr. Lucas was very fortunate, and I am just very happy that he went off and he made what he wanted to make. And it was proof positive, and I'm sure he'd say this too, that it was the fact that he felt free to make what he wanted. But, you know, if you got folks that will go see a movie over and over and over and over and over again because that's how much they love it, you just don't mess with that. I mean, even after the fact, I mean, these 3 new movies, I think Force Awakens was all right. I wasn't crazy about it. I liked the characters, but it was all right. The other 2 movies, I really... I'm sorry, but Last Jedi was not... I didn't like... I mean, it had nice visuals. Of course, all the Star Wars movies have great visuals, but... No. And Rise of Skywalker... Sorry. I just have to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay? But somebody's got to be the captain of the ship. I just hope lessons have been learned from all of this. But Mandalorian, yes! And a lot of the stuff that it looks like they're maybe getting smart enough to do and doing, good. I just hope that the Star Wars universe will be allowed to go in the direction that it should go in. And it is seemingly going that way. Here's the deal. As just a Star Wars fan, as just a guy in the audience, as just a speck. My opinion is just one of millions, okay? So I understand it doesn't matter that much. Hey, people don't know me from Adam. I got it. But I guess what I would want to get across here is that we do matter. We little fans, we little people, we matter because there's a lot of us. And we go see your movies and we pay money for them. Okay? So don't piss off your fans. Don't treat your fans like they're stupid. Don't talk down to them. Don't destroy something that I don't know why you would even want to do that. I would think you'd want to build on the successes and go further and do more. That's what I would think you'd want to do. Man, if I created something as popular as Star Wars, are you kidding? You think I'd mess with it? I mean, I look at it like this. And see, here's the thing. Star Wars is so ingrained in us, and thankfully because it's being saved right now, people will go see pretty much anything that's got that stamp on it. Probably. But if you harm and affect the people and their love for what they do, for what they want to see, and you insult them and you just, you don't care, you demoralize them. People go to see movies because people want to be uplifted. They do. There's a lot of negative stuff out there now. And Star Wars is a good example of something that's positive that people want to see and exciting. It doesn't need to be woke. It doesn't need to be, some new No. Don't reinvent the wheel. We got something that works. Go with that. Okay? So, anyway, I'm just an old Star Wars fan. When all of this stuff was going down, I didn't go up and put anything up on the net about it because so many other people who I agree with were saying how they felt. And I can honestly say I agreed with pretty much everybody about it. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's because I just saw season 2 of The Mandalorian, which I thought was fantastic, by the way. And I just thought, like, wow, finally, we got our old Star Wars back. We got something that we can all feel good about. So there you go. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you later.